First question to you is, how was the event so far?
BW event. It's a very nice, marvelous, and day by day they are improving and they are giving a lot of materials to the youngster, especially to the legal fraternity. They are joining the bar, they are joining the law firm. So it's a lot of things, lot of exposure, lots of material, and different kinds of the panel discussions. So they are enlightening the panelists. The selection of the panelists is also very good.
Next question will be, what more can we do to improve this event?
I don't think there is any suggestion is required for the improvement. It is going every day. There is an improvement itself. So the BW legal team and the BW team, they all are so experienced, so professionals. So they are putting their 100%, and the event every day the event is coming out in the good shape, and I would rather say it's a fantastic event.
Okay, sir. Now I'll switch to legal questions or questions regarding judiciary. Sir, how do you see the recent controversy around collegium system?
I don't think, I won't say that there is a controversy. There is basically this is the thought of the different people. So there is no controversy in the collegium system. The government is of the view that the selection of the judges would be done in a particular manner, and the Supreme Court, based on the earlier judgment and the past experience of the previous governments, they are basically following the collegium system. And I don't think there is a problem in the collegium system, because ultimately, see, if I'm a lawyer, so my merit, my demerits, my backgrounds, my integrity, these all would be the part of the judicial system. The judges before whom we are appearing every day, they would be in the better position to come to the conclusion whether we are suitable for that post or not. Because you know, there are so many factors to be considered to appoint a person as a judge of the High Court or the Supreme Court, because it's not an easy job. It's a constitutional case post. You have to do a lot of interpretation. You have to be unbiased, clear in the mind. Your integrity should be intact. So many things. But parallelly, there are some drawbacks also, because what we have come across, there is a certain people, they are more deserving people, and they are not being promoted. Even their names are being sent from the High Court, it will be rejected by the Supreme Court. So of course there is a lobbying, there is a nepotism. Of course there is a nepotism, but parallelly there is also the selection of the good people, meritorious people, and the lawyer who was competent. So there is also the pro and cons. So we cannot reject outrightly the collegium system. I think it should continue, but there must be some transparency, and the lawyer who are not having any godfather, they are not belonging from a particular lobby, they must be given the more opportunity. The drawbacks only that's we have this certain examples where if you are born in a family of the judicial system, the judges family, the criteria is that you are the siblings, you are the ward of the judge, you will get the appointment as a judges. So these are also going. So the one system cannot be 100% perfect. There are some pro and cons in every system, any methodology. You cannot say yes, if government is going to appoint and there's a judicial commission, they will do it will come with the 100% purity. No, it is not like that. Then there would be the which party you are belonging from, what is your ideology, what is your past, for whom you have appeared for, whether you was from the ruling party or the opposition party, what is your background. There are so many things. So it is not easy job to select the person to become the High Court judge or the Supreme Court.
Sir, do you think due to the opaque nature of collegium system, it lacks accountability. Courts lack accountability.
I won't agree with you by accepting just that there is opaque system. No, there is a transparent system, because earlier there was, now we have the procedure and we have the precedent and the custom also, that what is the discussed in the collegium, what is the resolution passed by the collegium. This all comes on the social media. Suppose there is a selection of the judge from the Supreme Court, immediately you will find on the Supreme Court website or in the bar and bench live law, this is the minutes of meeting of the collegium. So I can't say that this is the opaque system. Rather, I would say that it's getting every day the more transparent.
Do you think if we talk about NJSC or the different cases of Supreme Court first case or NJSC, or if we talk about, do we think we can improve or we can have a better system for it?
Unless and until you declare the system is bad, you cannot go for the better system. We don't have any judgment as on date which says that the present collegium system is basically the false system and it is not workable, it is not carrying the cause of justice. We don't have anything. It is just the perception of the persons, and we are going through the transition phase, because we have the history of the government of the one ideology. Now we have the government of the another ideology. In interim we have the coalition government, now then the BJP, then the Congress, twice Congress, then. So these are basically the transition phase. I think everything would be sorted shortly.
So my next question is on pending of cases. There is a lot of talk about, even the former law minister Kiran Rijiju has even said that we have a lot of pending cases in Supreme Court or other courts. How we can solve this?
See, so far as the government is concerned and a statement of the then law minister is concerned, who is ultimately the responsible person to provide all the infrastructure? It's the government, not the judges. If you go to the, basically I'm practicing in Delhi High Court and the Supreme Court. If you go Delhi High Court in criminal side, you will find each judges have more than 100 cases. So you have to provide the infrastructure, you have to appoint the more judges, you have to adopt the modern technology, everything should be there. It is not like that you are making the statement in the public, there is a pendency and you cannot blame one system. It is the collective effort of the judicial system and the government, the executive and the judiciary. Their duty is to select the person, your duty is to provide the maximum courtroom. You have to increase the number of the judges. See, one thing is very important. What is important? Every day there is an increase in the population.
Exactly.
If there is an increase in the population, there would be more demand of the resources. You have to increase the resources. You are not increasing the resources. Ultimately, there would be the fight, there would be the litigation. So you are not checking the population. You are playing the politics. You don't want to be a neutral. You are basically enter into appeasement. So unless and until you check the population, you cannot check the pendency of the matters. The root cause is enhancement in the population in this country and limited resources. And it is the burden duty of the government to check the population, enhance the resources. Every day you will find the litigation. See, we have one district court, that's a Tisjari.
Yes.
When I joined the profession, Tisjari courts all the civil cases. For the criminal cases, there was a court. In South Delhi, there is a Patiala House Court. And they have recently constructed one court, that's a Kakarduma Court. Now we have 8-9 districts, so many district courts. The volume is increasing every day. You will find the maximum crowd in every court. Why? The increase in the litigation, the fight intercept between the parties. So you have to develop the mediation, arbitration, pre-litigation mediation. You have to encourage everything to reduce all the things. You are putting the burden, entire burden. You have to make the 138 cases more strict law. You have to bring the more strict law. You have to create the confidence of the parties who are party to the transaction. So you need lot of reformation, lot of changes. You cannot only blame the judicial system. Yes, there is a pendency. There are so many reasons for the pendency.
So my next question is on accessibility. How accessible Indian courts are for poor people, especially Supreme Court of India?
There is no discrimination between poor and rich or the middle class in the Indian judicial system. The judicial system is accessible to everyone. If you are not able to afford the lawyer of your choice, we have the provisions, we have the legal aid committee, we have the DALSA, we have the NALSA, we have the legal aid committee everywhere. And even the judges do often appoint the amicus curiae for the assistance of the court. So it is not the case like that the poor people are not getting the proper representation to represent their case. Number one. Number two, if you are talking about the poor, obviously their nature of the cases would be the different kind. If you are talking about the rich people, so there would be the high stake matter. So high stake matters, so high stake lawyers. Because you require that kind of the expertise, the complex cases, the complex problems. For that you need the person who are expert in the complex matter. So you cannot blame, yes, they have engaged a very high paid lawyer and the poor are not getting. You see the nature of your litigation, the nature of the others. Suppose there is a litigation between Ambani and Adani and that is a policy decision. So obviously they will engage the expert in that matter. The corporate sector will engage the person who is doing the corporate matters. But if the poor person, there is a division, partition in the property, there is a blue collar crime, there are the lawyers. Is it necessary to engage the very paid client, costly client for the small matters, the petty offences? No. So everyone in our country are being represented by a lawyer, and there is a law, there is a direction by the Supreme Court. You cannot proceed without the proper representation of the lawyer on behalf of the litigants. So I don't think anyone is being deprived on the account of their non-affordability of the professional fee to the lawyers. Everyone is getting the opportunity and being represented by the lawyer.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Thank you.
You.